I'm Jerry Ahern. Many of you may be familiar with Sharon's and my books over the years, in which we oftentimes sang the praises of the Detonics 45s, like The Adventures of John Rourke, for example, with his twin stainless Detonics 45s that he could pretty well do anything with. Well, now I'm president of Detonics USA, and we put together a presentation for you to give you a few highlights of what we're doing and why the Detonics pistol is the superior 45. At Detonics USA, we felt that we had an obligation to the people who own the original Detonics pistols, which is one of the reasons why we have the parts compatibility with the older guns. And we felt that because of the enthusiasm of the people who were the original owners, or the people who wanted to own a Detonics and couldn't find one, that's what kept this company alive. That's what kept this gun alive. And that's why our company, Detonics USA, is here. Peter Dunn was the original head gunsmith and supervisor of the repair department for the original Detonics companies in Washington State. Peter, these days, is head gunsmith and in charge of production for Detonics USA. And Peter can tell you more about a Detonics pistol than you could probably imagine there is to know. And Peter's going to share some of that with you right now.
We've often been asked at Detonics, what is it that's so innovative about our gun? And I'm usually pretty happy to explain those things to people. First of all, Detonics pioneered the reversed cone barrel. And over the years, it evolved into the geometric shape that you see here now. It first began with a full reverse cone, but as time went by and we learned more about the reverse cone barrel, we evolved to the shape you see now with a full cylinder underneath and only a specific type of reverse cone over the top of the barrel. This allows for a better lockup in the slide. We also pioneered the three-spring recoil system that doesn't go flying apart on you when you take the gun apart. Our recoil spring mechanism abuts against the slide stop, as you can see here. We do not abut against the end of the dust cover like our competitors do. We actually have about 1/8 of an inch more room here for springs to be compressed in. This is important, especially when you consider that if some springs compress all the way to the point of being stacked, then the spring will break down sooner. And you don't need to put a bent paper clip in the recoil spring system in order to keep it from flying apart on you. Comes out very easily. The barrel also comes out very easily. Makes it real simple to disassemble for cleaning purposes or what have you. We are also the pioneers of a stainless steel gun in general. When no one else was able to make a 45 auto in stainless steel that actually worked without galling itself to death, Detonics was the company that successfully produced a 45 auto in stainless steel. And the stainlesses we used back then, which were good, are actually not as good as the stainlesses we're using now. And the machining that we did back then, which was good, is actually not as good as the CNC type machining that we have access to in this day and age. Reassembly is the opposite of the disassembly. You slide the barrel into place, you put the recoil spring mechanism into place, and then just slide the frame onto the slide group there and put your slide stop into place. It's just that simple. The 6-round magazine is the preferred magazine for concealment purposes. But if you were, say, to go out to the range to shoot, say, a couple hundred rounds on a Saturday afternoon and you wanted to have the feel of a full-length grip, you can use spacers on a 7-round government-sized magazine and get that full-length grip feel to your gun. But for concealment purposes, again, you'd want to do your carrying with the 6-round magazine, and you tuck your little finger underneath the magazine. With our design, you'd tuck your finger underneath when you're shooting the gun. With their design, with the additional length of the grip, it actually reduces the concealability underneath your jacket or your shirt. So we have a more concealable 45 where we have the advantage over the competition which has produced a copycat gun with about a 3/8 of an inch longer magazine and grip section. The tighter tolerances I was referring to earlier is something that also results in improved accuracy. The slide-to-frame fit is tighter than it ever was before. The barrel-to-slide fit is tighter than it ever was before. And that means that gun for gun out of the box, the guns are shooting tighter groups than ever before. It's a more accurate gun. We innovated the reverse cone barrel and the multiple spring recoil system that was self-contained. The competition has come in, but if you compare what they produce with what we manufacture, you'll see that we still have the edge. We believe our reverse cone barrel geometry is superior to what the competitors produce. I don't believe any of our competitors are using stainless springs. Another thing that Detonics pioneered, we were the first to manufacture firearms using stainless steel springs. And so when we say stainless steel gun, we mean stainless steel.
Made in the USA. All U.S. parts. None of the parts are made by the process called metal injection molding, or MIM. We go for quality at Detonics USA, and the guns are meticulously hand-assembled, so you'll get just that. The quality that you need, if you need it, when you need it. I'm Jerry Ahern.